what's up? Today I'm going to be talking about sprint qualifying, how it works, why they're doing it, what it is, pretty much everything that you need to know about sprint qualifying, and then also my opinions on it because I have a lot to say. So let's get right into it. This section is for those of you who do not care about the details. You just want to know the schedule. And you just want to skip right over all of the details and go straight to my opinions. So this is for you. Schedule is Friday, an hour-long free practice, then qualifying for the sprint race. Saturday, another hour-long free practice, and then the sprint race, and then Sunday is the actual race. So pretty much it's qualifying to sprint, sprinting for grid position, then racing. That's all you need to know in a nutshell, and if you want to skip over all of the details, feel free to just head right to my opinions. This part of the video is for those of you who are like me and want more information. You just want to gobble up every single little bit of information you can about things that you're interested in. This is for you. Friday there is a free practice that is 60 minutes. This is where the drivers get a feel for the flow, the teams get their setup for the weekend. Because this is the only chance that they get. Usually they have 2 free practices on Friday, but they only have 1. So they have to figure it out quick. If the driver doesn't get their flow in time, they're kind of fucked for the rest of the weekend. Qualifying is after this. From the start of Q1 until the end of the race Sunday, the car is in parc fermé conditions. What this means is there is very limited things that are allowed to be done to the car. Yeah, 1 free practice and then they have to figure it out, I guess. So if they don't get things, the conditions, the balance, the flow right before qualifying, after the free practice, there isn't much that they can do to help them for the weekend. And I think this might be bad for Mercedes. Usually Fridays, Mercedes isn't doing as well. And then Saturday, we really see them come alive. They really get their footing by Saturday. And we see them in qualifying, killing it. But free practices on Fridays, usually they're experimenting more with things and not doing as well as some of the other teams that we see doing well. Changes can't be made before or after Saturday's qualifying. So this is what they have. On Saturday, there's a free practice that is 60 minutes, and then they go into sprint qualifying. The sprint race is 100 kilometers, or so shown at 17 laps. It's estimated to take around 30 minutes. If there's a red flag, the sprint race can restart. However, even under the red flag, the total time can only be 90 minutes, and 60 minutes of racing. There's no mandatory pit stop, but pit stops are still allowed. And teams can start on any compound tire. I'm assuming mediums will be picked so that they can finish the race on mediums and have a better chance with no pit stop. I think the only reason there'd be a pit stop is if there's a safety car and someone sees it as an opportunity to grab a pit stop to possibly pass people and get more places, or if there is a puncture in one of the opening laps, which I could see happening. So those are the 2 conditions that I think that a pit stop might be likely, but other than that, don't think it's going to happen. There's no fuel rule besides the regular fuel flow limit, and there are points given for the sprint qualifying, but only to the top 3. First gets 3 points, second gets 2, and third gets 1 point. So I don't know how I feel about that, but we'll get into that in a second. Sorry, this is just supposed to be information. Let me stop giving my opinion. If any driver doesn't finish the 90% of the race, of the sprint race, they will start in behind the people who did finish, and it will be in order of laps completed. If a driver has the same amount of laps completed and they both end up not finishing the sprint, then it'll just be based on the order in qualifiers. And Sunday, it's race day. It's a regular race, except there's no tire rule. They have a free choice of tire to start on, and they still must use 2 different compounds for the race. as usual. The sprint race, you don't have to use 2 different compounds, but for the Sunday race, you do. But other than that, Sunday's going to be pretty much the same as it always is. So, why did they decide to do a sprint race? A few sprint races. Well, the main reason is money. They want to sell more Friday, Saturday tickets, and they want to have their TV people, their brands be able to promote more so that they can make more money. It's also for the fans, so that the fans have more racing to watch over one weekend. It's supposed to make it more exciting. 2 days of racing, a day of qualifying, there's a big event every day for this. Is that good? Is that not good? Well, here's what I think. There is some good to it. It's something new. It's not like they're going to be doing this every weekend if it becomes a more regular thing. It would be every, like, not, I don't know how often, but not every race would be sprint qualifying, because that would be absolutely detrimental. I think about tracks like Monaco. I feel like probably everyone's mentioned Monaco, but there's no way sprint race format would work for Monaco at all. I don't think there's anything wrong with trying new things occasionally for F1. And there's time to make adjustments before the next sprint race qualifying. It's not going to be next race, so there's time. If this doesn't go well, it's just a trial. There is time before the next sprint qualifying that they're trying out to be able to make tweaks, make some adjustments, maybe give more time to work on cars before park firming conditions are a thing. I don't know. We'll see how it goes, and if they need to make adjustments, there is still time to. And that's about where my opinion of what is positive ends. Here's what I think is not so positive. A 1-hour practice session could potentially ruin someone's whole weekend. Especially for rookies if they're not comfortable with the track. At least it's Silverstone, so it's not like a track that rookies wouldn't know, but if they didn't know the track, it could be bad for rookies who don't know the track. They don't have enough time to really get to know the track and get used to driving it. I don't think the drivers will be as willing to take risks in the sprint qualifying. I just don't. I know they say it's another race, but with only the top 3 getting points, midfield's not going to risk doing anything risky. Risk making a bold move to pass another car for one grid position, especially when they have a free choice of tires on Sunday. I just don't think it will be happening. And without a pit stop, it's not like anyone's going to overtake with pit stop strategy. I don't think it's going to happen. I know they say it's going to be exciting, but I doubt it actually will. Only for second and third get points. So it's going to be Red Bull Mercedes? Cool. Cool. It'll just widen the gap between the leaders and the best of the rest. The midfield and the leaders are only going to be farther apart. And this could decide the championship sooner. Depending on how close it is, it could decide the championship sooner in the season than it usually would be decided. If a frontrunner has an issue in qualifying or early in the sprint race, they will be able to pass people. No one's going to be trying to defend against Lewis or Max. Like, they're not going to be like, oh, let's ruin everyone's time if they can just go right past him, especially with DRS being a thing during it. I don't know, I think that they'll just have an easier way to get to the front of the grid. Even if they have a bit of an issue in qualifying in the sprint race, they can still make up places. In regular qualifying, if they mess up a lap, that can be detrimental. In this qualifying, not so much. Slower teams won't be able to find a way to overtake faster teams. There's no strategy, it's just a race. They can't pit stop to try and undercut anyone. We're just going to see their race pace for Sunday. I don't think it's going to make Sunday any more exciting. I think it'll actually take away from Sunday a little bit, because we'll see who's doing well. We'll see everyone's race pace in the 100-kilometer race, and yeah, I don't know. I'm always so excited about the build-up, especially because in qualifying something crazy could happen, like Russell P10, Lando P2. Like, something exciting can happen in qualifying. Qualifying's my favorite part of the weekend. It's my favorite thing to watch. So, I might be a little bit biased because I love qualifying so much. So seeing it just be another race is kind of like, that was my favorite part of the weekend, so I don't think anything exciting will be happening. Whoever qualifies first in qualifying, that's gonna be the race winners pretty much, I think. It's not good for drivers who do better in qualifying than in race. Like, you know, George Russell. Call him Mr. Saturday. He does really well in qualifying, and then his car just doesn't have the race space. So he's not going to be able to qualify as high because it's a race, and I'm sorry. Poor George. I want to see him do well so bad, and then he's just stuck in that Williams. But hopefully he proves me wrong this weekend. I don't think he will, but hopefully. I genuinely think there will be less hype for a Sunday race. Just the build-up, the anticipation. If you watch my Twitch streams, you see how excited I get. On Friday, on Saturday, talking about the race, getting so excited for the race on Sunday. I get so hyped because it's just exciting having one race. I don't know, I feel like I'm not as excited this weekend because there's 2 races. I keep thinking about the sprint race. Someone in the back decides they want to really try really hard, which is good. But then they take out another car, and the other car can't race for the rest of the weekend because of a sprint qualifying that wouldn't have even been worth any points if they got P4. I mean, grid position is important, but I don't think anyone's going to want to ruin their car, ruin their race for Sunday to get 1 extra grid position. Unless something crazy happens in the front where people think that they can get P3 or P2, I don't think anything exciting will happen. What I'm most worried about is with more things happening, with a main event happening each day, qualifying, sprint qualifying, race, ticket prices. I'm just thinking about they could increase ticket prices. I'm already a broke bitch. I already can barely afford to go to... Well, I can't travel. I'm American, so I can go to the American Grand Prix, but if that becomes sprint qualifying and they raise the price, I'm already broke. I know a lot of people are just, you know, your average Joe who's bringing family on vacation. Like, some people are just going to an F1 race for vacation, and if the only F1 race they can go to happens to be sprint qualifying and they raise the price for those tickets, that sucks. My overall take is that, well, I'm glad they're trying new things. This one in particular, I'm not so excited about. It could work really well on some tracks, yeah. So implementing it once in a while for a change could be interesting for fans. I'm personally not one of them, but some people might really like it, and it could work out really well for F1. And at the end of the day, more money for F1 means more success for F1, which means it's a good thing. Even if it's something I'm not very happy with, I'm still gonna watch. Even if this becomes a more regular thing, I'm still gonna watch it. I'm not gonna stop watching because of it. So, if it gets more people to watch, more people to pay for tickets, then it's a good thing. Nothing unexpected will happen, let's be honest. It's just gonna be 2 races. It's gonna be like 1 race, and then they pause. They just take a little break. A day-long break. And then, wow, the race is starting again. It's pretty much just a continuation of the race. I don't think it's really 2 races. It's just 1 big race with a break. I personally love qualifying, so I'm sad. I think of everything that could have been, they could have been like, wow, we need to change this thing in F1. Qualifying, that ain't it, bro. That ain't it. It's, I don't know. I feel like there's gonna be a lot of backlash, but I'm happy to be proven wrong, and if it works out, it works out. I'll be happy. If it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. I'm still happy because they won't be doing it as much. So we'll see what happens over the weekend. My prediction is, I'm making my prediction for a winner. today, right now. I normally don't do this till after qualifying, but there's 2 qualifying, so what am I gonna do? Alright. My prediction is Friday. Max. Max gets P1 for the sprint race, for regular qualifying for the sprint race on Friday. Max gets pole position starting on the grid for the sprint race. And then Max wins. Yep, that's my predictions for now. I will make my actual predictions for the whole race, which I make a few predictions, on Saturday after qualifying. But for now, those are my predictions. I think Max is going to just max all weekend. I don't think... That's just what I think. So, we'll see if I'm wrong. If you liked this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. If you didn't like the video, but you do like me, also, please, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. If you have anything else to add, or you don't agree with something I said, which you probably don't, please put it in the comments below. If you agree with things I said, also please put it in the comments below. Don't need all negativity. Be like, yes, you were right about this, but this other thing, you were fucking stupid. That's fine. Just, be like, wow, I really like your shirt today. However, I think you're wrong about everything. Just sprinkle in some compliments there, here and there. I know I'm kind of loud and opinionated about F1. I hyperfixate on things. I can't help it. It's just how I am. And I get very passionate, and I'm very vocal about my opinions. I feel like everyone else I watch who talks about F1 is like really calm, and then I get like, I start out fine, and then I get like, I start talking faster and I start like getting more excited about it, and yeah. I hope that's okay. If it's not, I'm gonna keep doing it, so yeah. If you liked the video, thank you for watching. If you didn't like the video, still thank you for watching. You watched it all the way through. You're still a real one even if you didn't like the video. I hope everyone has a good day, and I hope qualifying is good, better than I think it's gonna be, because I would like it to be a success, or at least not a total failure, so that they're still open to trying new things and not just keeping it the same forever. Yeah, we'll see. I hope my predictions about Max are correct too, because, well, I love to see Max Verstappen winning. See you guys next time. Bye.